Tally School. Learn Tally online easily at Tally School. Hi, Rishit Shah from Tally School, and in this video I'm going to explain you about memorandum vouchers and post-dated vouchers. So the name memorandum vouchers may seem difficult or somewhat hard to you, but trust me, the voucher is very easy to create. So before we create a memorandum voucher, let's see why is the need to create that voucher. What is actually memorandum voucher? Memorandum voucher is actually a voucher in which you are not sure of the happening of an event. So let's take an example. You have office expenses. Every business has office expenses in general. So you give your staff 10,000 rupees at the beginning of the month for office expenses. Now at the end of the month, you don't know how much amount is going to get spent and how much you will get in return if it is left. So what you will do is we will create a memorandum voucher of 10,000 rupees for payment of office expenses at the beginning of the month, and at the end of the month we will check the actual expenses incurred. So say for example the actual expenses were 9,000, so 1,000 is left. Now what we will do is we will edit the memorandum voucher, or in terms of Tally we will alter the memorandum voucher and put the amount to 9,000 instead of 10,000 and convert that memorandum voucher into a simple payment voucher. And this is how the memorandum voucher works. The advantage of memorandum voucher is it does not affect your accounts. So no matter what amount of memorandum vouchers you create, it does not affect your accounts. The accounts will remain as it is. It does not affect unless you convert it into a normal voucher. So in this video I'm going to create a new ledger called office expenses, and I've already created a screenshot of the creation of that ledger, and you can see that on Tally School. I've linked that below in the description. I've put a link to the post if you want to read all this for better understanding, and if you're watching this on Tally School itself, then you can read just scrolling above. If you're watching this on YouTube, I've already linked to that in the description, so click on the link in the description and see what it is in detail. So first of all, I'll go to accounts info. I'm already on accounts info, so I'll press enter, then go to ledgers, and then under single ledger I'll select create. Alternatively, you can also just press ALC. That is the shortcut from the gateway of Tally consecutively. So press A, then press L, and then press C. That is consecutively. So you will be directed to this screen easily. Now office expenses, and it will be under direct expenses. You can also put it under indirect expenses if you think it, but for me it is direct expenses. So direct expenses, inventory values are affected to no, service tax information not given, and just create the ledger by pressing enter. So I've created the office expenses ledger. Now what we have to do is we have to enable memorandum vouchers for creating a memorandum voucher, and also I'm going to explain you the post-dated voucher in this video, which we will enable at the same time because they have a single option. So if we enable the memorandum voucher, post-dated voucher will automatically be enabled. So let's get back to the gateway of Tally by pressing escape, and from here if you have to go to features, that is F11, press F11, then select accounting features, which is the first option here, then come down to budgets and scenario management here, and in there press enter once again and enable this option called use reversing journals and optional vouchers. So this will enable memorandum vouchers as well as post-dated vouchers. Press Y and press enter to enable it. Now press Ctrl plus A to save these options. So press Ctrl plus A. Oops, I pressed Ctrl plus S, so it will open shop for me, Tally shop. Close that and press Ctrl plus A. So Ctrl plus A to save everything wherever you are in Tally. That is the shortcut for saving everything. Now let's come back to the gateway of Tally once again, to the gateway of Tally, and now we will create a memorandum voucher for office expenses of 10,000 as I said earlier. So we have to go to accounting vouchers. Then, as I'm not in the memorandum voucher, but what we have to do is, first we have to know the type of voucher we have to create. So office expenses is a payment voucher, so we have to go to the payment voucher. Now we have to go to memos, that is memorandum voucher, press Ctrl plus F10 or just click here. So memorandum voucher is here. Now what we have to do is we have to simply create a simple payment entry, but in the memorandum voucher. So that is the beauty of memorandum voucher. As I said, select office expenses for payment. So office expenses ledger, 10,000 rupees to cash obviously, and don't worry about the negative cash which you are seeing. I have not entered any cash, but for this example just focus on office expenses. So we are creating a memorandum voucher for 10,000 rupees of office expenses. Press enter and it will warn you of negative cash, but just ignore that warning. Now you can enter the narration for your memorandum voucher, like say office expenses given for the month, and press enter and save this. So I have created a simple memorandum voucher for office expenses. Now let's see profit and loss account, because it will not reflect in the profit and loss account as it is a memorandum voucher. So let's press escape and go to the profit and loss account from gateway of Tally. Here it is. Press enter on profit and loss account. Now press alt plus F1. Under direct expenses you can see office expenses, but there is no amount, so the accounts have not been affected by any amount. It's just showing the name of the ledger because we have created it. So the accounts have not been affected anywhere. We have just created the voucher. So the next question that may come to your mind, and if it does not come to your mind, let me tell you that where do you find the memorandum voucher now? So that is a good question if it came to your mind. Very good. If it didn't came, don't worry. I was just like you at some point of time. So everybody learns. You will too. So coming to the point where we can see how many memorandum vouchers we have passed and of how much amount, every detail. Now there is an option in reports in Tally. So let's come back to the gateway of Tally once again by pressing escape. Then go to display. Under the reports option, go to display, press enter. In there, come down to the exception reports and press enter. In exception reports you can easily see memorandum vouchers. So press enter and you will see one memorandum vouchers here which we have just created. So press enter and you can see office expenses, date, memorandum, this is the voucher type, voucher number, and amount, debit or credit. So this is how you can see every memorandum voucher we have created. Now further taking the example, as I said, the actual expenses was 9,000 and not 10,000. So we will go to the voucher by pressing enter, and we are altering the voucher actually. So press enter and select 9,000. Okay. And what we have to do is we will click F5 for the payment, because now we are converting the memorandum voucher to a simple payment voucher. So press enter and again buy office expenses to cash, everything as it is, and press enter to save it. We are selecting payment voucher because this is actually a payment. Office expenses is payment. If on the other end it is a receipt voucher that you are getting something, you can select receipt, or it is a journal, you can select journal, or it is sales, you can select sales. That is how it works. So as it is a payment, we have selected payment voucher, and now I'm going to save this voucher. So press enter, and as you can see from the list of memorandum vouchers, the memorandum vouchers which we have just converted into the payment voucher is no more here, because it is now a simple payment voucher and it's not a memorandum voucher. So now we'll go to the profit and loss account once again and see the effect of 9,000 rupees. So go back, press escape, and from gateway of tally select profit and loss account, then press alt plus F1. Then under direct expenses you can see office expenses of 9,000 rupees, because we have converted that into simple payment voucher. Now it is no more a memorandum voucher. So if we go in there and press enter once again, you can see the same voucher we have just created. So this is how memorandum voucher works in Tally. It's very simple, very easy to create. If you are not sure of the amount which you are spending or you will be receiving, you can always create memorandum vouchers so you can have a track of uncertain amounts, and then at the end or at some point of time you know that this is the amount. You can convert that into payment entry or receipt entry or journal or sales or purchase or whatever it is, but for that period of time you can have a track. You didn't forget that. So this was the memorandum voucher in Tally. Now coming to the post dated voucher in Tally. It is very easy and simple to create a post dated voucher in Tally. First of all, what we have to do is we have to know which type of voucher you want to pass. So let's take this example only once again. Let's say these office expenses are for some post dated. So let's say it is for 1st April, it is for 1st May, so 1/5, and let's assume that this is April and the expenses are for May, so it is for 1 month in future. So this is running April and the expenses are for May. So what we have to do is we have to just click here which says post dated, that is Control plus T. So press Control plus T and a post dated type will appear here. A post dated written will appear here and it is now post dated voucher. So in whatever voucher you are, just select Control plus T to make it post dated. So press enter and save it. Ignore the negative cash warning and save it. So now we have created a post dated voucher. So as you can see, in office expenses we have selected the date frame of 1st April to 30th April. So it will not show the entry of 1st May which we have just created for post dated. So post dated only affects or only comes into effect whenever that date is arrived or whenever you select that date frame. So let's select from 1st April to 31st March. So now it displays post dated voucher. It clearly says post dated. So this is how post dated voucher actually works. Till the date of that voucher which is specified in the voucher, the post dated voucher will not appear. So let's once again select 1st April to 30th April. Okay. Okay, so it will not appear here. So let's go back and let's see 9,000 rupees. It will not appear here because it is a post dated voucher. Now let's select 31st/3/16 and now it will appear because now we have selected 31st/3/16. So now let's once again select just 1/4/2015 to 1/4/2015. So that's just a 1 day of balance sheet. So that means this balance sheet is only of 1st April 2015 and it will not display the expenses, office expenses, because it is a post dated voucher and it will display on the date which it will arrive. So if 1st May is arrived, it will display, and if 1st May is not arrived, it will not display. So this is how post dated vouchers in Tally work. Now, as same as memorandum vouchers, where you can see the post dated vouchers, now they are at the same place in the exception report. So let's go back and check out the exception reports. So press escape and display from gateway of Tally, then go to exception reports and then select post dated vouchers here. So you can clearly see a post dated voucher for office expenses is there. So this is how you can see every post dated voucher in the list here, and you can easily go in there, and if you want to alter or edit something, you can edit or alter. Now, as I'm in this voucher, one more thing I want to clear is that you can also create a mixture of post dated voucher and a memorandum voucher. That is called memorandum post dated voucher. It is very easy and simple to create a memorandum post dated voucher. So when they are used, they are generally used when you are not sure whether the transaction will occur or not. That is like how much of his expenses will you be expensing. That means at the first beginning of the month, you thought that 10,000 would be the expenses, but at the end 9,000 were the expenses, right? So you were not sure of the amount. So we created a memorandum voucher, and let's say that voucher is for some future date, so that is a post dated voucher. So you can create both of them in a single one. How we can do that? We have already a post dated voucher. Now press Ctrl plus F10, that is memos, to convert this into a memorandum voucher. So this is a memorandum as well as post dated voucher. So this works very easily. It's not at all confusing, though many people find it confusing, but it is a very useful and essential feature not many people know. This is a mixture of memorandum as well as post dated voucher, and they are used when you are not sure of the amount or not sure of the transaction, that it will occur or not, and that transaction is of a future date. And that happens many times. Say for example, you are getting a check of post dated check in, and it will obviously credited in the future. So you can create a memorandum post dated check and see if it is credited or not, and then convert. So the main reason we are creating a post dated memorandum voucher is that it will not affect the accounts at all, since it's a memorandum voucher. So press enter and just save all this, or you can simply press Ctrl plus A to save this. I've saved. Now it is a memorandum as well as post dated voucher. So this is how it works. If we again go to the memorandum voucher list, it will show up there also. So press escape and go to memorandum vouchers, and as you can see, here is the one voucher. This is how memorandum and post dated vouchers together work. Now as we have selected this to memorandum voucher, it will not show up in the accounts anywhere, whether you select May or you select the entire year. So let's check that out in the profit and loss account. So press escape and come back to the gateway of Tally. Now go to the profit and loss account and press Alt plus F1. Now here you can see office expenses. There is nothing to show. Now let's select the whole year, that is from 1st April to 31st March 2016. Sorry for the old dates which I'm selecting, but sorry, this is how it works. So press enter, and still you cannot see that 9,000 rupees for office expenses, because it is a memorandum voucher, and memorandum voucher does not show up in accounts because it does not affect the accounts until it is a memorandum voucher. That is the meaning of the memorandum, that you are not sure of something and still you want to memorize randomly in your accounts. There is memorandum. So just for the sake of meaning, I told you the meaning of memorandum. Anyways, this is how memorandum post dated voucher together works. If you're watching this video, you are a few people that know that there is something like memorandum post-dated voucher in Tally. So feel lucky of yourself. If not, if you are not feeling like that, and if you're feeling, it's very good. So in this video, I've explained memorandum voucher, post-dated voucher, and memorandum and post-dated voucher together. You can use it anywhere you like. You can use for uncertain transactions, you can use for post-dated transaction, you can use for both of them. So this was memorandum and post-dated vouchers in Tally. If you have any doubt, a single slight doubt that you think is silly to ask, be sure to ask. I'll answer that no matter how silly it is. I have been at your place some point of time, so I know how it feels, but just ask and I'll be very happy to help. Just comment down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, comment down below on YouTube. If you're watching this on Tally School, comment down below on Tally School. Just comment and I'll be very happy to answer all your questions. If you like this video, if you find this useful, please share it on Facebook, share it on YouTube, share it on Google Plus, share it wherever you want. Just share it, so it will help your friends and it will help me as well. And one more thing, give a like, that is thumbs up in the YouTube, so this video will get a positive effect. So if you like this video, give a thumbs up. Thank you for watching this video. I'm Rishit Shah signing off from Tally School.